The air was thick with smoke and the acrid scent of burnt earth and blood. The sounds of clashing steel echoed like thunder, accompanied by the cries of the wounded, a symphony of agony and bravery intertwining. In the center of this chaos stood Joan of Arc, a slender figure amidst the towering chaos, her armor glimmering in the fading light. She could feel the weight of her sword at her side, the leather grip slick with sweat and anticipation. As she raised her voice above the cacophony, it rang out clear and commanding, "Onward, my brothers. We fight not just for land, but for our very souls." As she charged forward, the steel of the sword gleaming in her hand, the ground trembled beneath her boots, firm, cold, and unforgiving. The cries of her soldiers surged behind her, a mix of fear and newfound courage, the scent of wet earth mingling with the sweet, coppery tang of blood. In that moment, the world around her blurred, and all that remained was the rhythm of battle, the clash of swords, the guttural screams, and the heartbeats of men willing to lay down their lives for their queen and their country. Victory or death, the choices were stark, but for Joan, there was no retreat. Long before the battlefield became her home, Joan was a child of the small village of Domremy, nestled in the French countryside. Born into a peasant family, Joan witnessed the oppressive grasp of war early on. The proud fields, once abundant and fragrant with the sweet aroma of blooming crops, became fields of despair, ravaged by the English incursions during the 100 Years' War. The smell of burnt wood and ash suffocated her home, a constant reminder of loss. Joan felt the fear that radiated within the walls of her family's simple abode. With her father often away, she and her mother struggled to tend to the farm. The sharpness of hunger was a companion in their household, much like her fervent dreams of something greater. "I hear voices," Joan whispered to her mother one evening, the warmth of the fire flickering in the hearth, contrasting with the chill of uncertainty. "They tell me I am meant for more." Her mother, weary and worn, looked at her with a mixture of fear and concern. "These voices, Joan, they are a sign of trouble. You must focus on the land, not fancies." Yet, deep within her heart, Joan knew otherwise. Her childhood was steeped in faith but marred by the sight of her homeland's suffering. One day, she promised herself, "I will save France." But the path to destiny is fraught with obstacles, and Joan faced her first great struggle at the tender age of 16. The chill of the air kissed her skin, a stark contrast to the warmth of her ambitions. Joan gathered a group of local men to confront an English garrison threatening Domremy, her heart pounding with both excitement and trepidation. "We must defend our land," she urged, her voice trembling with conviction. However, the men scoffed at her youthful fervor. "What can a girl do?" one of them mocked, the laughter ringing harshly in her ears. The rejection stung fiercely, and for a moment, doubt crept in like the bitter wind that nipped at her cheeks. Perhaps they are right, she thought, the weight of her dreams feeling heavier than the sword she longed to wield. In the face of failure, Joan's spirit flickered like a candle in the wind, almost extinguished. Yet, beneath that doubt, the relentless flame of belief beckoned her to stand tall once more. Joan's first significant military engagement came at the Siege of Orleans in 1429, a moment that would define her as a military leader. The city was a crucible of despair, surrounded by enemy forces, the air thick with tension and the faint but distinct aroma of desperation. As the English tightened their grip, Joan stepped into the fray, her heart pounding with the sound of drums that reverberated through the air. She devised a bold plan to break the siege, one that would surprise the English and rally the French troops. "We will strike at dawn," she declared, her voice filled with fervor. "They will not expect us." Under the cover of night, she rallied her troops, the scent of damp earth mingling with the masculine musk of leather armor. "When the sun rises, it will rise not just on a battlefield, but on our victory," she proclaimed, igniting a fire in the hearts of her men. At dawn, Joan led a surprise assault, a whirlwind of steel and resolve. They struck the English forces at their weakest point, a tactic that caught them unprepared. "Push forward," she shouted, her voice a clarion call. Her strategy emphasized mobility and speed, capitalizing on the element of surprise. The English, caught off guard, faltered as they faced this unexpected fury. Joan's daring bravery inspired her men, and slowly, hope ignited amid the smoldering ruins of despair. The Siege of Orleans turned into a brutal confrontation, but the landscape was a testament to the ferocity of the fight. The cries of men filled the air, mingling with the clashing of weapons in a chaotic symphony. As they pushed deeper into enemy territory, Joan, now emerging as a symbol of hope, led her troops through the narrow alleyways of the city. "Stay close," she called, her voice slicing through the din of battle, her presence like a beacon amid chaos. The warmth of her resolve spread like wildfire among her soldiers, and they fought fiercely, driven by the belief that victory was within their grasp. Amid the melee, the clash of metal against metal rang out, accompanied by the screams of men and the horrific sounds of death. "You fight for a lost cause," he sneered, but Joan was undeterred. "Your tyranny ends here," she declared, her breath coming in sharp bursts as her sword met his. The battle raged on, the noise drowning out the sounds of despair. Victory was not easy, but with Joan's leadership, the French forces surged forward, reclaiming their city, and the air filled with the scent of triumph mingled with the remnants of their struggle. But triumph is often fleeting, and betrayal lurked just beyond the horizon. After their victory at Orleans, Joan's fame spread like wildfire, but not all embraced her. Her unwavering faith and assertive approach won her many admirers, yet some in the court of Charles VII viewed her with suspicion. "Who does she think she is?" one nobleman hissed, his bitter tone cutting through the chatter of the court as they gathered around a flickering torchlight. "A peasant girl leading our armies? It's an affront to our nobility." Amidst the grand hall, Joan's light dimmed as she overheard their whispers. "I offer France my blood and sacrifice," she said quietly, her heart heavy with the weight of their disdain. "Yet, they do not see me as one of their own." The final blow came when she was captured in 1430. Betrayed by those who once called her a heroine, Joan faced the horrifying reality of her situation. "You will pay for your heresy," declared her captor, a cruel smile twisting his lips. "I fear no man," she replied defiantly, yet her heart quaked at the realization of her loneliness. The betrayal was sharp and painful, cutting deeper than any sword. Joan of Arc was tried and executed, her life extinguished at the age of 19. Her martyrdom sparked a flame of unity among the French people, transforming her into a lasting symbol of courage and faith. Her life raises profound questions about human nature. What drives one person to rise against insurmountable odds? What emboldens them to lead when they stand alone? Joan believed in a greater cause, sacrificing herself for the dream of a united France. "Even in death, I will not cease to fight," her echoes linger, a haunting reminder that courage often exists in the most unexpected forms. Joan's legacy is not merely one of military triumph but of relentless spirit, the belief that even the smallest voice can roar against tyranny and inspire an entire nation to rise. In the end, Joan of Arc was not just a heroine of France, she was a testament to the power of faith, resilience, and the indomitable human spirit, a legacy that continues to inspire generations long.